Hey, good morning, or good evening, depending on when you're listening. Welcome to Swahili Sunday. If you're listening after the fact, thank you so much for listening. And it is Sunday, and yesterday I did my last pop up of the year. I'm not doing any more pop ups. I was supposed to do one next weekend at an event that I had previously done, and the previous event was such a poor turnout that I'm not going to do that again. And besides, I've been doing events every weekend, some of them 3 days, some of them two in a week, some of them like one on Thursday, one on Saturday. One weekend was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the Thursday setup. And then somebody else, my creative director Vanessa, had to fill in for another event, and then my friend Gina filled in for another event when I was doing an event. I did a church sale that was 2 days. Since September 24th, I've had an event every weekend, a pop up somewhere, and I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I have a spa day planned for next weekend to take some time to rejuvenate my body. I need to go visit the chiropractor this week because uh, because not only am I doing the pop ups, I'm also working a corporate job during the week. And although I work from home, I'm a subcontract specialist for a defense contractor, and it requires a lot of brain power to handle a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. There's all kinds of irons in the fire and things going on, and working hard on that. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So, and I knew going into it, it was going to be a lot, and I had this stamina. Okay, you dogs, calm down. I have my son's dog Gracie here with Indigo, and they are deciding while I'm on Swahili Sunday that they're going to start scrapping. And will you two stop? Stop. Yeah, right. Stop. Sure. Indigo keeps stealing Gracie's. I gave them each a bone to chew on. Well, Indigo can't be satisfied with her bone. She has to steal Gracie's bone. Anyway, uh, so last night's event at the Gasolina was a nice event. That was in the Woodland Hills, and but that was a long way away. And then I had hired a wag walker to help with the dogs, and there were some issues there. Really, Gracie, you got to play with that toy right now. You probably hear the squeaking in the background. Gracie, she's trying to get him to go to play with her. But we're going to look at, actually, we're meeting this week. Uh, Instead of getting ready for another pop up, we're meeting to, yeah, okay. We're meeting to discuss how to improve um, for next year. I'm still going to do some pop ups, but I can't keep doing this, and I need to find a way to get more online sales. Why do you two have to play with that toy like right now? That toy. Oh, trying to do that while I'm doing a live is not a good idea. So anyway, I am resting today and going to. I mean, there's some holiday things that I'm doing, but as far as pop up events, I'm going to be at Fairtrade Long Beach a few times. I've had some opportunities to set up a space over the holidays in some shops. I may do that, but I'm not doing any more pop ups where I have to go this year, where I have to go set it all up and then work the event and then break it all down. Luckily, that this event we could pull our car right up, and there was somebody to help me. But it's a lot. It's a lot, and I knew it going into it, but I didn't realize how much of a toll it was going to take. And I'm grateful that even if somebody offered me an event, I don't think I have the energy to do it. And I just need to rest. And the holidays brings its own level of busyness as well, with parties and events and luncheons and dinners and things like that. My next week, not this coming week, but the following week, we're having our fajita fest for the veterans group, and I love to make fajitas, but I took the day off of work to be able to settle into that and do that appropriately, because that's going to tire me out as well. And I have a tea with my daughter as well. We're going to do a holiday tea somewhere and things like that. But I am going to do the things necessary to take care of my body and my being, I guess. I'm going to watch church online today versus going to church. And then over the holidays, I think I'll be able to go more. I can't really leave them for too long because they bark and they go crazy. Here's just a view of what I'm looking at right now. This this is a regular occurrence here. They they chew on each other and then they get in each other's face. And anyway, so that's a lot of fun. All right, so what's going on with baskets and beads? Our soiree for yesterday was supposed to be yesterday. It's going to be in February. We're going to decide what date that is and get that information out. Uh, there's a fundraiser on Facebook, but if you're not on Facebook or you don't want to do it on Facebook, you can also go to basketsandbeadskenya.org. The fundraiser on Facebook goes through the 24th, and with the purpose of raising funds for three things. Any funds that you donate for baskets and beads will go to three things right now. One is food packs for the ladies. They're in a really bad drought, and food prices have skyrocketed more than you can imagine. And then also for school fees and school supplies for several kids that we're sponsoring. And then finally to get the farm going. We've leased the land for the farm. We need to get the seeds and all that. They're going to start planting next month for the first round. They're going to be doing potatoes. It's a group of about 15 women up in Mount Elgon that we're helping to create a farm to get them going and then make them self-sustaining from that point forward. If that works well, there's other women up there that want to do farming, so we may do something like that and help other women create farms. It's just a way to create micro enterprises so they can provide for their families. And what we found out from a lot of these women up there are widows, but the ones who have husbands, the husbands tell them they can't go down out of the mountain to sell. It's not safe or whatever. They tell them something so they can't go down. We found this out. So the women don't go down, the men go down, sell the things that have been grown, then they disappear for 2 weeks, spend all the money, and then there's no money to take care of the family. So we're working on ways to stop that and educate the women that, yeah, you can be in business for yourself and you can actually earn your own income, and so you'll be able to take care of your family and send your kids to school. Somebody I was talking to last night at the event, the Gasolina event, was saying, "Oh, so there's no public school over there." Well, it's all public school, but it has, you have to pay a fee to go to school. So they have to pay. They have to buy uniforms and supplies, but they also have to pay fees to go to school. And it's interesting. Some of the supplies that they have to buy are like 2 reams of paper for the office to print things. So every kid has to bring 2 reams of paper. And I can't imagine that with all the kids in the school that they need all that paper. I don't know what they do with all that paper, um, but if you show up to school and you don't have that, they will say, "Go, bye bye, turn you away. Have a nice day." And so education is the key to success and to get out of poverty. So we're our slogan is empowering women, educating children. So enabling women to be able to send their kids to school, pay the school fees, and take care of their families is our goal. We would like to get everybody to be fully supporting by their own contributions. That's our goal for the ladies in Kipsongo that we work with, that we sell their products. Um, we're we're working on this end to figure out a way to get more exposure, get more eyes on the products. We're probably going to do some online stuff. I currently have a 10 by 20 storage unit. We call it the warehouse, where all the product is and all the fixtures for the events that we do, like the tent and the shelving and all that. And I think I've been in that storage unit. It's not very far from where I live, and that it's it was I moved in there, I want to say September, October of last year, and it was like 319 a month. Okay, that for that size in Orange County, that was reasonable. 2 months later, they went up to 378. Now they're going up to almost $450, and I'm like, okay, I need to find a different solution for that, because that's ridiculous, and I can probably rent an office space for that much or a little bit more and have electricity and a place to do video, because we're looking at doing live video, live shopping next year, to get more eyes other than just the local market on the product. So the more product we can move, the more product we can sell, the more opportunities we have to order more for the ladies, and the more opportunities that they can earn income, and we don't have to subsidize them for things like their school fees and food packs. But that's that's uh that's our goal. So that'll be what we're looking at going forward, and then getting more wholesale customers, maybe getting in a couple more spaces, um, to where I don't have to run around and do all these pop-ups, because like I said at the beginning, it's tiring. You can probably see now I'm tired. I'm just really, really tired. And yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't speak that. I should say, hey, I've got energy, but I don't feel like I have energy today. um, Earlier in the week, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I had a bad attitude about something, and I got put in my place for my bad attitude, and I accepted the fact that I did have a bad attitude about it. But it caused uh, a release, and I think I cried for like an hour. And I, people don't talk about this kind of stuff. Oh, we're just tough and we're going through and we can handle it all. And I'm just going to be tough and not say that I ever have anything go wrong. But sometimes you really need just to have a good cry. And I think the last time I cried like that was when I started to really do some work on myself, and release all the stuff from my childhood, and work on all the pain that I'd had in my life. And but that went on for 6 months, because I had a lot of, if you know anything about my story, growing up with alcoholic parents and some of the things that I faced in my life in earlier years, it comes out one way or another, and it'll come out in pain, or it'll come out in some way. And some people do things to uh, alleviate that pain. I used to shop a lot to alleviate the pain, because that that I still like to shop, but not as much as before. But yeah, so I had a good cry, and I felt better for it, getting it all out. And so I think some of it's been all this time of doing all these pop-ups. There's some pop-ups I decided to do that were a total waste of time. Uh, like the one recently where I didn't have, and I had one sale for, and you drive, you load up the car, you drive there, you set up, you wait for the people. Nobody, there was hardly anybody there. And that's frustrating in and of itself, because you go there for the opportunity to be able to sell some product. Then the whole reason I'm doing that, to sell product, is so I can order more from the ladies and help them to be fully supporting by their own contributions. That's our ultimate goal. But yeah, so I am taking the next week or so to just relax. I was supposed to go to a party tonight, but it is in Pasadena, and I just don't have the energy to drive there. And I'm not going to overdo it for myself. That's something, okay, you have to push through, have to push through, have to push through. I got to this point where, okay, there's no pop-ups left. I don't have to do any more pop-ups this year. I'm grateful. I had an there's one like the beginning of the year, and I'm like, it's a 3-day event, and I'm like, yeah, not doing that. I need some time to recover from all of this and regroup and find a different way. But if you are so inclined this year, if you need a tax deduction, I do the basketsandbeadskenya.org. Dynamic Vision Foundation is the foundation name. It is a 501c3 nonprofit, so your donation is tax deductible. So if you need some more donations before the end of the year to have a tax deduction, please consider a donation to Baskets and Beads. It will be put to good use. It will be helping people in need. And I know there's a lot of organizations that you can donate to, and maybe you could just give a portion of it to Baskets and Beads Kenya to help the ladies in Kenya be able to make it through this next level of struggle with the drought and the food shortage and the problem with the food. So during COVID, when we were buying food, uh, and I've said this the last couple of weeks, we $800 would buy a lot of bags of maize, corn, and beans, and then we would get 2 kinds of flour, and we would get soap and cooking oil and rice and salt and sugar and tea leaves and uh, pads for the women, and um, maybe bread or pasta, milk for the kids, porridge for the kids. And when I was there in, hey, settle, 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 settle. Gracie, settle. Every time she hears something, I don't have to worry about being, you know, Gracie, Gracie. It's not going to stop right now. Gracie, stop. Anyway, when I was there in May, June, $1,200 bought that. And then we just did, uh, gosh, I think $700, $800. Only bought a little bit of maize, a little bit of beans, flour, and cooking oil and rice. I think is all that it bought. So it's crazy how high the prices are going, and then that they really don't have. It's not an abundance of food. It's hard to get, and the droughts caused a significant problem with the crops. They didn't have as much grow, so any amount will help. Uh, Guarantee that it will help. I just can't sit at my table have a meal and know that the ladies don't have any food and that they can't feed their kids. I refuse to allow them to go back to picking food scraps out of a dumpster to feed their families. So if you're so inclined to donate, go to basketsandbeadskenya.org. Um, and it will definitely help 30 women and 80 plus kids. So thank you so much for your support. And I'm going to go back to resting. I'm going to go watch church online and listen to what the pastor has to say today. And I will see you all soon. Nakupenda.